I'm on my way. Welcome to the stream, everybody. The final Q&A news live stream for 2019. I think this is only... Is this the third one I've done? I don't think it's the second. I think it's the third. Not sure. I think it's the third. We usually do like 4, but I've just been so busy this year with everything that's been releasing and that I've been working on. Oh, I hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon or evening or morning, depending on what time it is where you live. So far, so good over here. Oh, so before I get to all of your questions, and I know you all have a whole lot of them, probably 50% of them are going to be Avoid Termina related. And I'm ready for it. But just to say, Avoid Termina is going to happen, so don't worry. I don't have too much news. The main thing I just want to talk about is the GaMetal album is now officially released. The link should be in the description. I'm not like 100% on familiar with this new stream layout that YouTube has, but it should be in the description. GaMetal.bandcamp.com. Just like every album that's released there, it is 100% free. You can leave a contribution if you would like. It's optional. If you don't want to, just put 0. If you do, put whatever you want. Any contributions at all are greatly appreciated, but if you can't contribute, I understand why. Not everybody has money to just throw around like that, so I understand, man. Yeah, it should be up there now. You have 12 tracks on this album, actually. The first being... Let me turn Atma weapon off here. Oh, it's way down on this list. Okay. So, the prologue from Journey to Silius is the intro track on this album. You heard it in the Project 1 trailer. It's only like a minute long, and it's mostly like violin cello stuff, so I didn't really see the need to like make a whole video for that. It's just kind of unnecessary, but I thought it'd be a really cool intro track. If you download the album in its entirety, you get a bonus acoustic. I meant to play it during the waiting screen, but I forgot. It's the Star Tropics dungeon and map theme. So if you're an old school NES fan and you like my acoustic stuff, a cool bonus track for you. If you download the album in its entirety on Bandcamp, the Spotify and iTunes release should be coming hopefully sometime this month. I've already submitted everything. I know for sure the Final Fantasy Battle Medley is going to be absent from it just because of the way the short version of this. Song licensing for Spotify and iTunes is a lot more complicated because you have to charge a price. So you have to get mechanical licenses for every song. If you try to get licenses for a medley, you have to do one for every single song in the medley. And there's 7 songs in that medley, so that one's not going to be on there for sure. Hopefully everything else is. It's hard to tell because there's also this weird international release rule. And that applies to some stuff. That's why with some of the GaMetal 2019 and in the past 2018, some of the Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 albums that are on Spotify and iTunes, not every song is there because of stuff like that. So it's out of my control with the international rule. With the medley stuff, it's like kind of in my control, but like I would operate at a loss if I were to submit one of these 15 song medleys for iTunes, Spotify. So that's why these bigger medleys won't be on iTunes, Spotify, but they will still always be available for free for download on JonnyAtma.com or on the Bandcamp releases. So they're still obtainable for free. Just really quick, just gonna explain the GaMetal album and why I did it. So I've been talking about Project 1 for a long time. It's probably been like 2 or 3 years. I've been mentioning like because before it was Project Dream and that was Dreamland Invasion, and I said I also have a couple other projects I'm thinking about but I haven't gotten to yet. Project 1 was one of those because I wanted to remake all of the songs from 2009, and then I remember it clicked to me during one of these Q&A news live streams. Someone said, "What are you gonna do for the 10-year GaMetal anniversary next year?" Which is this year now. And I was like, man, Project 1 would be perfect to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. So when this year came around and I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, we have to do Project 1 this year. it's the GaMetal album. I decided to just call it GaMetal because it's the first GaMetal album, because we have GaMetal 5, 6, 7, and 8, and there's no 1 through 4. So I was like, let's go ahead and just start from the beginning. Just reboot the GaMetal universe. And so this is the GaMetal, technically GaMetal 1 album, but you don't ever say 1 for the first in a series. So yeah, that's why it's just called GaMetal. Man, my original plans were a little too ambitious. Like, I wanted to redo every single thing I ever did in 2009, but I only ended up doing most of it in Green Hill Zone. I explained Green Hill Zone, I think, in the description of the video, but real quick, the reason I did Green Hill Zone was because when Discovery, he's the guy who made the fight scene animation in the Project 1 trailer, one of the places the bards transport to is Green Hill Zone. And so when I was making the backing track for it, I was like, this sounds pretty cool, I think. and then, like, I didn't want people to get the wrong idea that Green Hill Zone would be on the album and then it not be because of the trailer. So I was like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and throw it in. It's first year GaMetal anyway. But yeah, so some of the songs that I did first year that were like a part of medleys and stuff that don't show up in this album, like Bubble Bobble, Star Tropics, stuff like that, I'll probably redo them at a later time. But I got the main stuff I wanted to get, like Ultimate COPPA and Contra, stuff like that. So yeah, this is the 10-year anniversary celebration album. And really, it's like the next project I have working on after this is going to be, we hit the milestone goal on Patreon for Side Quest 3 earlier this year. We already chose the songs for it, so that's going to be the next thing to come. That's not really a big secret, so there's no secret project name. It's Project Side Quest 3. After that, I had to think about my next big project, because I had another one called Project X I was thinking about, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the next secret project. I have a couple other ideas that I'm thinking about. So, yeah, before I take questions, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, I meant to put the icon up here, but do my quick Patreon plug really quick, as I do at the top of all of these Q&A news streams. Everything that has happened for GaMetal in the past few years is largely in part due to the support that I've received on Patreon. Without the support I receive on Patreon, I would still, to this day, even with what I make from YouTube, not be able to do GaMetal full time. So I am super, super, super thankful for everybody that supports GaMetal on Patreon. It's like by far the best way you can directly support myself, the GaMetal community, and just the GaMetal project in general. So if you really want to help in the best way possible, consider becoming a patron. You get a lot of cool rewards. Just check out the page, patreon.com/Jonny Atma. Would greatly appreciate if you even just considered and read it. I would appreciate that. So yeah, lots of cool stuff going on there every month, and I'm quite active on there. I post like update posts 2 to 3 times a month, and constant new acoustic stuff and all sorts of fun things. So yeah, I would greatly appreciate if you consider that. Anything else I want to talk about before I take your question? Is the stream looking fine? By the way, I've kind of been looking at chat, but not really, because I wanted to get this out of the way. Is the stream looking okay? Is everything sounding in sync and stuff? Anything else I want to say? Oh. We got the silver play button. It's super late. We hit this milestone goal like I'm just gonna place it on my desk gently. Yeah, I got that I think a month or two ago, and yeah, we reached 100,000 back in September of last year or August? I think it was the end of August, because I think we hit it when I released Save the World from Final Fantasy Legend, from Saga, whatever. But I didn't. I actually had to reach out to YouTube and ask them about it, because I was like, hey, I hit this milestone a long time ago, and they were like, okay, yeah, we'll give you your... So I think if you are somebody who has 100,000 plus channel and you haven't received anything about it, you might want to reach out to them. I don't know if they're reaching out to people anymore. They might just kind of be like, let them do it, so save us money. I think that's really all I have to say for news and plugging Patreon and stuff like that. So I will put this icon back up. Go grab the album. It's free. It's awesome. I'm really, really, really proud of this one. By far my best work yet. And I know I say that every album. I promise I'm not trying to just like hype it. I really, really am happy with how every single song on this album turned out. Oh, I will now be looking at chat actively, and I will try to answer everything I possibly can. If I don't answer you, I am so sorry. I do have a Discord channel with an Ask Jonny channel on there, and I answer questions almost every day. Sometimes it's a couple days, but I do answer everything that gets asked there, so long as it's appropriate. So yeah, if I miss you, I apologize. I'm gonna try to get to as many people as I can. When is Void Termina? Soon, I promise. It's gonna happen. Oh, one other thing I wanted to talk about really quick. There is going to be another song ballot. I'm going to put it up at the beginning of 2020. I want to get out the 2019 finale and the 2020 premiere first. I want to get those out first, and then I will have a song ballot up. Oh, another thing I forgot to talk about. Physical copies of the GaMetal album. I'm going to be ordering them, if not today, then tomorrow. And they should be here sometime in January. So, in January, there's going to be, hopefully in January, there's going to be another Q&A news live stream where I will let you know that the physicals are available for purchase, and I'm going to be publicly putting up the 2020 song ballot. So last year we did it at in December, at the end of the year, but this time we're going to do it at the beginning of the year in January. So, okay, yeah. Now the questions. Will you ever do Live and Learn? Open Your Heart, What I'm Made Of. If I were to do one of those three, it would probably be Live and Learn, but there are other songs I would rather get to before I would do that. What will happen with your channel when COPPA hits? Okay. I knew someone was going to ask about COPPA, if not multiple people. People have been messaging me left and right about COPPA. Here's where I stand on COPPA. I understand, and I'm definitely with everybody that I don't like the way it's worded. It's worded to where the people in charge, and this is don't tell YouTube I said this, but this is all their fault. I don't like the way it's worded. It's worded too broadly to where they can practically just shut down anything they want if they really want to. And of course, I signed the petition, all that good stuff. I am more on the side of I don't think it's going to be as bad as people make it out to be. But I'm very cautiously optimistic when it comes to that. However, I know a lot of people are freaking out, and they're on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, where they're just like doomsday, YouTube apocalypse, world is coming to an end. I'm not going to discount or discredit what they're saying. I understand that, especially because it's scary if you make a living off YouTube, that there's the potential risk that we could lose everything. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people make it out to be. I think they are just using this to get rid of the really, really bad stuff, like people posting videos of Peppa Pig in bad situations that he shouldn't be in, or she is she, or I don't watch Peppa Pig. Someone corrected me on Peppa Pig's gender once. Whatever Peppa Pig is, situation it should not be in. So that's where the side I'm on, but I understand the people that are not on that side and that are like, look, this is bad. This is going to be bad. Like, okay, I'm with you. I'm like I said, cautiously optimistic. I don't think it's going to be, but I'm treading lightly. And there are some channels that I think are in a really, really bad position. Music channels, not so much, but you have people like Arlo, maybe even people like Terminal Montage to an extent that make, because Arlo is a Muppet puppet doll, so I feel for Arlo. Then you got like Terminal Montage. That's obviously, I mean, I'm not gonna call its animations childlike or kiddie anything, but it's definitely colorful and looks like something a kid could have their attention drawn to. Yeah, I don't like it one bit. Don't get it twisted when I'm saying that I don't think it's gonna be so bad. I do not like it at all, but we'll see what comes of it. But I'm not doomsday about it just yet. But I say let's wait and see. Again, protest and do sign petitions and everything, but hopefully we're all just overreacting. Okay. Yeah, the gaming stuff is what people are most worried about because, you know, everyone plays games, but they're the kids. Sharklord 1954. We all know the community will find something else to ask about after Void Termin is out. What do you think they'll move on to next? Okay. So, I already know what they would move on to next, but I'm gonna just wait and see. Just wait and see. One. Aside from the two I'm thinking of, Void Termina and another one, I don't really know what the next big thing is. Like, it's kind of a mixture. So I'm not sure. I mean, I have my song ballot counts from last year. And we didn't get to everything from the top 10, but we did get to a lot of it. And there is, I know, like one or two that I have on the to-do list that I probably not going to fit in this year, but will be very early next year that were high up on the song ballot. Whatever happened to that slick black 4-string bass you had a while ago? It's in my closet. I switched back to 5. I really missed that 5th string because, you know, before the black one, it's a not Warwick, but the rock bass by Warwick, I think. It's one of those, and you know, it's okay. It looks nice, but it plays okay. It sounds kind of eh. And I wasn't really too fond of the sound, but I really missed that 5th string. So I was like, man, let me get another 5th string. And now this Schecter, this is a session. What is it? Session 5. Schecter T Series Session 5, I think is what it's called. Man, this is like by far my favorite bass I've had. Like, it's the other ones do not even come close. I actually have an Epiphone Thunderbird 4, I think. I used it in like 2014. Now it feels nice, but it sounds horrible. But this Schecter one is the best one as far as playability, and I love the sound. I've always wanted to get a PJ bass too, the PJ pickup configuration, because I've been using J basses. This is my first PJ, and I love it. I just love it so much. Sorry, can I see your question, Josh? Do feel free to ask in the Discord. Toby, how do I get so good at the drum set? I wish I were better, man. You know, drums is the one thing. Like, I love drums. It's my second favorite instrument behind guitar. But I don't practice it as much as I should and need to. Really, I just kind of like, I just jam out on drums a lot. And like I said, I need to practice more, like, practice-centric stuff, I guess. Like rudiments and stuff like that. It's just so hard to find the time. But most of my drum practice is comprised of just kind of, I plug in my phone and just pull up some songs and jam out to them. So really, that's about it. And just doing that for years and years and years, and now I'm where I'm at now. Cobalt, have I considered anything for Persona? Yes, I have, and I'm going to do it eventually. I don't think I'll be able to squeeze it in this year, but next year for sure. Can we vote? Pac-Man, can we vote for the same music that we vote for in the 29 ballot on the 2020 ballot? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. If I didn't do it and you entered it on the 2019 ballot, once the 2020 ballot goes live, feel free to submit it again. Absolutely fine with that. Lunar Star, since GaMetal has been around for 10 years, but what has been your favorite year for GaMetal? Personally, 2019 has been the best year for you yet. Whatever the latest year is usually my favorite year. Because it's like the year I can listen to where I generally dig everything. Every time I listen to stuff from the past, like I just pick it apart and I'm like, this sounds like crap. I could have done this and this. But usually with the more recent stuff, I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. But I'm sure in like 2 or 3 years, I'm going to listen to all this 2019 stuff and just think it sounds like garbage. Chiaka, Sakura, Rose. So I know you made a track for King for Another Day. What do you think about all of it and the fact that Gino is already disqualified? Did he lose already? I haven't really been watching the bracket or anything, the tournament bracket. You know, it's a cool idea on their part, and I was happy to participate in the way that I was able to. I actually had the track I gave to them was a track that I had made. I mean, you saw it, the Offspring Splatoon thing. I had made that like 2 years ago, I think. I think it was in 2017, but it wasn't finished. It was like kind of finished, but not really. And then when they invited me to be a part of the King for Another Day thing, I was like, I don't really have time to make something brand new because I had all the Project 1 stuff going on. And then I was like, what about that Offspring remix? And I asked them about it, and they're like, sure. And so I cleaned it up, I finished it, and I sent it their way, and, you know, let them use it for Off the Hook. And, you know, I like Off the Hook, too, so. No habla español, Brayon. Ramirez. My mother's Latina, but I can't speak any, unfortunately. I never learned. I can understand very basic little bits, but not much. What got me into playing music? Dabmaster 110. I had a friend. Well, really, my first introduction to music was in 5th grade. I was in strings band and I played violin. Hated it. Like, violin is a very, very, very hard instrument to learn on. It's got a very steep learning curve, in my opinion. That was the first time I got into music. And then when I'm from a military family, so we moved a lot. We moved from, where was strings band? Was that? I think it was in Virginia. Then we moved to here in Tennessee, and they didn't have strings band in South. But they didn't have band, you know, with brass instruments. And so I joined band in 6th grade because I didn't want to do gym because I was lazy. And that's what got me more into music. And then when it comes to guitar and stuff, I had a friend in band that played guitar. And I went to his house and he let me mess around with his guitars and stuff. And asked for one for my birthday and got one. Really where it all began, I guess. And then my love for video game music also was developing as early as when I joined a band in school. I was going to learn the trumpet at first because I wanted to learn the battle theme from Final Fantasy VI. But no one wanted to do tuba, and so I volunteered to do tuba because no one wanted to do it. That's the instrument I played most in a band, but I also played trombone a little bit in jazz band. I wasn't like, by no means was I like phenomenal, but I was okay. Doomed Marine, I love to hear laughing, joking numbnuts from Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. That one's been requested on Patreon a lot, and I think it's been in the Patreon drawings, but hasn't won yet, so it's definitely a very realistic possibility that could happen. Justin J, since I lived in Tennessee, still do, I live in Nashville. What do you think of Jack Daniels? I'm not much of a whiskey guy. I like my drinks sweet. What people would call girl drinks. That's what I like. I drink, there's several different names for it. In Memphis, they called it a Walk Me Down. It's a Long Island iced tea, but instead of Coke, you use Sprite and a blue Curacao instead of triple sec. That's usually, if you watch me on stream and I'm drinking something blue, that's what I'm drinking. Have I been going to the gym because everyone says I'm swole, and I'm just been eating too much pizza? 10,008. No, I go to the gym regularly, not every day. Often enough. Diego, oh boy, if you could collab with any guitarist from any band, who would it be? What song would it be? I'd like to collaborate with Paul Gilbert because he seems like a really cool guy, and I've learned a lot from watching his videos. So that'd be a fun one. See what he could do with some Final Fantasy. Favorite Nintendo game, Necro Void, is Final Fantasy VI. Favorite series is Smash Bros. Is Yoshi gonna play the drums? He's no, he's monitoring. He's my PR guy for the day. Yeah, Hagutu, we are going to do where the 02 thing. We're gonna redo that very soon, I promise. Dominique, what was your favorite game that you played this year? I'm not gonna include Ultimate because I play Ultimate all the time, and we all know I love it. I hadn't played Breath of the Wild until this year, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was really good. It was a good time sink. Duraguraman. Duruguraman. Okay. Doruguraman. I got it. What's your favorite Smash main theme? Mine is Brawl. Mine is also Brawl. I've always said jokingly that, like, the worse, the worse a Smash series has been received, the better the theme has been. And, you know, because, I mean, Brawl was a great game, but, you know, as far as popularity-wise, people, like, don't like Brawl because of the tripping mechanics and stuff like that, and Meta Knight. Understandable. But Brawl's theme has always been my favorite. After Brawl, it would it be Lifelight? Yeah. I think it would be Brawl, then Lifelight. And then... Yeah, and then... Melee and Smash 4 are kind of tied. I don't know. Smash 4's theme, like, it's cool, but it's far from my favorite. And, yeah, I think I would put Melee above Smash 4. And the Smash 64 doesn't really have a theme, so... I mean, it kind of does, but... Doom Marine, love your music, been listening to it for a year. Showed it to your family members, surprised, they love it, just want to say thanks. Weren't for you, I wouldn't be intimate. Oh, thank you, Marine. I'm glad you and your family members dig the tunes, man. That's awesome. Did the Bard, OG Bowser mashup, did the Bard kill Mario? Well, if we take a look at the Project 1 trailer, we do see, you know, that was the that was the big twist. I don't know if anyone caught the big twist at the end of the Project 1 trailer, but the Bard was Mario the entire time. Because if you've seen the original GaMetal channel trailer, Mario consumes the GaMetal mushroom to become the GaMetal mage Bard, whichever you want, prefer to call him. He's kind of both. Was he killed? He appears to be, but you never know. He could still be alive. We'll have to wait and find out. Necrovoid. I'm glad you asked this because I want to address this. Am I tired of everyone asking for Void Termina? Some people took my joke that I put in the Pokemon trainer battle theme the wrong way. Like, I was just messing around. I want you guys to request things. You know, if it's a new video, feel free to request it again. You know, I want to hear your requests. If you really, 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 really want to hear things over and over and over again, and I haven't gotten to it yet, and it's a new video, feel free to request it again. Of course, I want you to keep requesting Void Termina, because, yeah, I want to know how badly you want these songs. Like Magikarp Festival guy, is he in here? I've seen your Magikarp Festival request several times. But no, I'm not tired of it, and it's not annoying me. Some people are just saying over and over again, leave Johnny alone with the Void Termina stuff. And I'm not annoyed or anything, but anyway, in the Pokemon Red and Blue trainer battle, I was just messing around with the intro. I'm not mad or salty or anything like that. So yeah, that's how I feel. Like, of course I want you to keep requesting stuff. Oh. Mode, have I had a game you didn't like playing but like the music from? Sure I have. You know, Silver Surfer on the NES. Trying to think of something more recent for you. I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but yeah, especially like older games. You know, older games had like, excuse me, they could have like the most awesome soundtracks and just not be that great. What's your recommended brand of sunscreen? Staffy. Hey, shout out to Staffy, guys. He was Staffy is the guy that designed the new GaMetal Bard / Mage. So props to you. My preferred brand of sunscreen. Therese, you're in the chat. I see you. What is that brand of sunscreen we use? It's blue. I can't think of the brand name. Something. It's blue. I know the bottle is blue. I use it when I have to. Oh. Oh, Cole, when did I start making music? I first started like recording music like early 2000s when I was with my in bands with my friends and stuff. So I guess that would be when I started making music. King Diddy, what song is the most fun to play? There's like 300 to choose from. I'm not sure. Some stuff is more fun to play than other stuff. Like some songs just have really cool riffs that like sound awesome and sound like they'd be hard, but they're not. They're just fun and easy to play. Trying to think of something off the top of my head. Like the first thing that came to mind was Illusion from F-Zero. Like that's a really fun one to play. Like it sounds difficult. It kind of is difficult, but like it's really fun to play. No, I can't do a cartwheel, Sharif. Have I played Digimon games, Elias Sanchez? I have not, but when Digimon first came out with the little handheld Tamagotchi things, the little square ones, I did have one of those. Francisco, my favorite food is pizza and chicken. Those are my favorite foods. Pepperoni, extra sauce. Do you ever see yourself tackling any more songs from the Mario and Luigi RPG series and Pesta? Yes. Yes, absolutely. There's one I definitely have to do, but there will definitely be more than that. Will I ever do Red's theme from Gold and Silver? Yustin. Probably. Hound Lock, did I get your silhouette that you sent me via DM? Probably. Sometimes I'm kind of a little too lax on checking my DMs, so I gotta look again. Spectral Dynamite, do me and my wife ever plan to work on a GaMetal song together? If she can learn an instrument to an acceptable level, then I would be more than happy to have her on. Pedro 360, am I going to do a Splatoon remix but for Octo expansion? Yes, there was one in particular that I wanted to do. I'm sure you all know what it is that I couldn't squeeze in this year. So I'm going to try to do it early next year. Which song is the hardest to play? You know, it might be the Ultimate Koopa solo now. That one's pretty crazy. Mainly with the tapping thing. It's not too bad. The ones I always mention, that's going to be one of them now. One of the ones I mentioned. That, Illusion, and the Roving Tank solo at the beginning of NES Medley. What was it? 5? I don't know. There's so many NES Medleys now, I can't remember which one is which. I think it's 4, actually. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Kajel? Jel? Van Dam? Will I be covering Monster Hunter songs again? Yeah. Yes. There's a couple I want to do. My personal favorite is, what's the one that starts with A? Forgot his name already. Asteros, I think. That's one of my personal favorites. Reaper, any chances of me doing an Ace Combat cover? Yes. Yes, absolutely. There's one song in particular that I really need to do, that I want to do. So, yes, I will. It is Astelos? Okay. You know, Termina Medley will give me a run for my money. Houndlock? It's just really long, really. CMG, ever considered Doom song? Yeah, I've been getting blown up about Doom requests this year. This year, really in particular, it's weird. So yeah, I'm gonna. I'll think about it. Fox Kid, if I were to remix Sonic CD, would I choose USA or Japan soundtrack? It just depends on the song. You know, it's they all have their strengths and weaknesses, I suppose. They're good songs and they're bad songs. Trollope 24. Yes, there is a GaMetal Discord. Actually, I don't think I have it in this description. Oh, I have some super chats to read. I'm sorry. I'll read those in 1 second. Yeah, I forgot to put it in this description. If you look on the description of pretty much every video, there is a link to the GaMetal Discord in there. Feel free to join up and participate in chats about everything. Yeah, I forgot Dimitri. Dragon, what is my favorite terminal montage video? His recent stuff, probably the it's always like parts of his videos that like really get to me. Like, what was the Smash Ultimate one where they encounter Bowser and he just keeps growing? And the music, he just keeps like going faster and faster. That made me laugh really hard. With his older stuff, like I've been actually familiar with Turbo Montage because I remember when he did the Nintendo 64 animation. That was like one of my favorites of all time. It's just so funny. His Kirby's Superstar one is really good too. Not just because he used Mark's remix, but because it's funny. Final Fantasy II final boss theme, Brayan. As much as I love Final Fantasy, it's very easy for me to say that that is a very realistic possibility. Crash Bandicoot, maybe Full Clay, maybe. There's a couple songs that could be done easily. Yeah, Nintendo 64. I really love that video. Video game player. Favorite song from Daisuke Ishiwatari. Is that the Guilty Gear guy? You might have to remind me. Composer names you usually have to remind me of. Stuff they did. Unless it's somebody super famous. Hogutu, Twilightian. Yeah, everybody I've collaborated with, like Rashad and Family Jewels and Toxic and Little V, they're all really good. Go follow them too. Most of the people I've collaborated with are on the sidebar on my channel. It randomizes, so you might have to refresh. But yeah, Guilty Gear and BlazBlue. Probably. I mean, it's kind of a vanilla answer, but probably Holy Orders. That was a really cool song. I like Midnight Carnival and all, but Holy Orders is really catchy. I haven't really heard very much BlazBlue stuff. It's BlazBlue or every time I read it, I think Blaz. This is a vocal remix, and vocal remixes always distract me. Okay, let me turn this off. BlazBlue. Cole, how is GaMetal pronounced? I'm trying to settle a debate. You can either say GaMetal or you can say a game metal, which, you know, sounds like gay metal, I know. Kind of the running joke. I say GaMetal. Some people say weird things like GaMetal. Oh yeah, super chats. I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Rub. Kishoro, thank you for the 10 pounds, right? Hope you've been doing well. Question I have is, will you consider doing another franchise dedicated album like you did with Dreamland Invasion, like a Mario or Sonic one? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, positively. Rub, thank you for the GaMetal album. You're the best. Thank you, Rub. Very sweet. And thank you for the 2. Dimitri, thank you for the 40 rubs. What is Rub? What is that's Russian something. Please don't remix Void Term. We have to, Dimitri. We absolutely have to. Hola, Brayan. Steve, what instrument have you used for the longest? It's gonna be guitar now, cause I've been playing guitar for probably like 17 years now. I think 17, maybe 18. I'm old. Yeah, I think like 18 years now. And well, you could make a case for the keyboard, but I didn't really take keyboard seriously until later in my life. But you know, it's one of the first instruments I owned. Was one of those little Yamaha cheap keyboards. Had that when I was a kid. Silver Moon. Any other Super Robot Wars? I'm assuming that's what you mean by SRW. Song. Catch your ears. What's that one? Tromb. Is it Tromby? Tromb? I hate pronouncing stuff that's in games because like you don't hear it, you only read it. That's a good one. There's actually a couple I've heard from the Super Robot Wars series that are more than coverable, so I wouldn't be shocked if I get back to that soon. My favorite Kirby game, Zion, is Kirby Superstar, bar none. I haven't played a lot of the recent ones, but Superstar I played a lot of when I was a kid, so. Have a good day, Hoguto. Twilightian. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Is there a D in the stream? There is now. How many tattoos do I have? The rival. I have cross, serpent with instruments, the 4 aces, Hyrule thing, and Sacred Heart over here. I was a little more religious when I got that one. That was a long time ago. CMG, what's my favorite board game? Me and my wife just played Life a few weeks ago. I don't know what's my favorite, though. My favorite board game... I don't know. Favorite board game. I haven't really played a lot of like board games recently. I think me and my wife played Sorry not too long ago either. I mean, it was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, but we did, I think. When I was a kid, I liked like Mousetrap and stuff. Monopoly. Monopoly's fun if you can get enough people, but like it kind of takes forever with 2 people. Nap Whack. Is there GaMetal lore? And what's your favorite cover you've done for Kirby? So the Project 1 trailer really established the foundation of GaMetal lore because we learn a few things about the creation of the bards and mages, and we do want to expand on that in the future. Just gotta get some ducks in a row first. But yes, there is GaMetal lore. A lot of it's in the Project 1 trailer. Darklord, do you find songs with lyrics to be too much more difficult than those without, or are they about the same to you? I mean, they're about the same. It's just a matter of, can I sing it? If I can't, can I find somebody that can? So. Dominic, looking forward to the GaMetal cinematic universe. Yeah, me too. The Discord lore, Mario? Like a Yinger and all that. Kirby, what inspired me to do GaMetal? I think I answer this every stream. But I've always been a fan of video game music from a young age. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream that when I joined band in school, I wanted to learn trumpet so I could play the Final Fantasy VI battle theme. When I started learning guitar and stuff, I wanted to learn video game music too. And obviously I had to get good enough first. And then when I was good enough to kind of pick out stuff, that's when I started like in 2005 with the Contra remix. And then in 2009, I heard somebody's Tetris remix and I was like, I can do better than that. And so I did my own, and you know, it wasn't better, but I thought it was back then. Now I know it was absolute garbage, and that's why now we have this 2019 GaMetal album where everything is not garbage. I hope. So yeah, it was just my love for playing instruments and my love for game music. Put the two together, and we have GaMetal. What was the most difficult to make? I always say Star Dream took forever to put together because it did. Pedro. Star Dream is up there. Trying to think of anything more recent. Sometimes I have to scroll through my catalog because I forget everything I've done. Really the more longer stuff, like Star Dream. I don't know if I've had like a super difficult song this year, but I'm sure I have somewhere. OG Bowser Bashup. What other Bowser songs do I want to do? Ultimate Koopa was fantastic. Glad you dug Ultimate Koopa. Definitely one of my favorites from the album. We do have another Bowser song on our to-do list that I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but maybe early next year. It's a little more of an obscure Bowser song, but it should end up pretty cool. I do want to do a full version of the Super Mario 3 Bowser. Eventually, that was a part of the very first Bowser medley. It didn't make the cut for the album. It was considered. I talk about it on the song page for Ultimate Koopa on JonnyAtma.com. I was going to do a full version of Mario 3 Bowser, but just like my first layout for the GaMetal album had like I think 13 or 14 songs, and I was like, that might be too many. And so I cut a few. But that's one. I wear a hat, Carmi Rez, because I'm super bald. And like if I took this off right now, it would like illuminate the screen too much, and like the entire screen would just turn white because the light from my little lamp here would just bounce off, and you wouldn't be able to see anything. I'm just too bald. And then like I used to joke that I didn't want people to mistake me. I went for a long while without the mustache here. I didn't want people to mistake me for Brental Floss doing video game covers. Chloe, would I consider doing Aeon's Devil Gundam from MS Saga A New Dawn? I'm not familiar with it, so I'd have to hear it. Am I into headbanging now? I tried Dimensio. It's hard. It's hard to headbang without hair for some reason. It's like this thing. I used to have hair, and then I got old and fell out, and I was like, screw this. Took the razor and got rid of it all. Chiaki, or Kiyaki, whatever it is. Is there any Undertale Deltarune on the table? You'll have to wait and see. Would you ever grow out a full beard, the Damnliest? This is... Oh, I guess I'm missing this, huh? The reason I don't grow like here and here, or well, I do, I just shave it. Beards are just so itchy to me. Especially right here. Like, I just get really itchy. And so, like, that's why I shave my neck, and I just like the way it looks with this. I think it suits my face a little better. So, I don't know, full beard, maybe when I'm super old. Pedro, how long does it take me to remix a music? It depends on the song, how difficult it is, and how long it is. It could take anywhere from a few days to like a week. Sometimes maybe even like a week and a half. I know medleys, especially like NES medley, stuff like that can take me a really long time. But the process has gotten longer over the years because I just do so much more in the song now, like background stuff and just touching up and things like that. But yeah. Few days to a week. Karunai. Yo, Johnny. What if you did a cover on Toby Fox's track in Sword and Shield? I actually haven't heard it. I need to listen to it. People have been talking about it, and I haven't even heard it yet. I'm a poor video game music fan. Curry Matter. Have I seen the Mario Extreme Disco 2015? Someone made it. I have not. So I'll have to check that out, I guess. Star Blacks. Any word on a Pikmin cover? I did promise one this year, didn't I? That was one of the things I promised this year. So this year's not over yet. If I considered covering something from Terraria, also play Volcano from Dino Run on stream for the memes. I want to say there was. I want to say there's one of the Patreon drawings, but I'm not sure. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. What actor would you want to play me in a GaMetal movie? Scam the Meme Lord. Who would I want to play me? Let's go with I don't know what celebrity people say I've heard before, especially when I didn't have this going on, that I look like Pitbull, and when I have it all shaved off, I've heard Billy Corgan. Not actors necessarily, but probably one of those guys. Kevin, will I do any meme remixes? I don't do meme remixes because I mean that to some extent you can consider a few things meme-ish, like Unknown From Me, but full-on meme remixes don't really appeal to me because memes die very quickly. Very quickly. I want my songs to be eternal, not have a 2-week, 2-month max lifespan. Yeah, Pepsi Man can be not meme to an extent. Like it's kind of is like that's as a meme as I get. It's like Pepsi Man. Yeah, Pepsi Man. That's as meme as I'll go. I'm not about to do like We Are Number One or anything like that. Will there be a Metopia Dark Lord remix? That stuff is godly. You mean the one before Darkest Lord, right? Maybe. We'll see. Megalovania. But I did Megalovania before was a meme. I don't think that one really counts. Yes, my favorite classic adventure or modern Sonic game. My favorite, I'll be honest with you, I know a lot of people are like super high on Sonic Adventure 2, but I haven't played it in a long time. My favorite classic is Sonic 3. I guess just because it's the most polished and full feeling of all the Sonics. Well, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And then modern Sonic, I don't know. Sonic Generations, I guess. GaMetal Man, what delay and reverb pedals would I recommend most? I have no idea. I don't use pedals. Everything I use is in my in Logic, so I use plugins. I'm a plugin guy. I don't use pedals. I don't even know what to recommend you because it's been so long since I've looked at any. Just go in a store. Anytime people ask me for like instrument recommendations, I always say just if you can go to a store and just try out stuff because everyone has different tastes and what sounds awesome to one might not sound so awesome for the other. All right. Obviously, I am completely unable to pronounce your name because I can't read. I'm gonna assume that's Korean text. I'm a Korean fan who likes your Kirby remix. Thanks. Thank you for the 2,000. I don't know what this currency is. Again, I'm assuming Korean, but thank you very much for the 2,000. Korean fan with Kirby icon that likes Korean Kirby remixes. Tongue twisted. Shoehorn, Charisse. Just sitting on my desk. What game do you want to have a remake or return? Jimmy Carmona. There's one that I always talk about, and I can't. What is it? Game I want remade. I would love to see some sort of 3D-ish remake of Final Fantasy VI. Does it need it? No, but I would like. I want something Final Fantasy VI related. Be it a sequel or something. It's because it's the best Final Fantasy, and it gets no love officially aside from like the mobile remake and stuff like that. Something like that. Another game I would really, really like to see remade is Zelda 2 from NES. That's a good game. It's a good game. And, you know, people hate on it because it's a side-scroller, but it was a good game. That could be a really interesting remake. I'm glad Link's Awakening got remade. I'm still waiting on the price to go down because I'm not going to pay $60 for it. I noticed in a few videos, Peanut Techno, that I have a Darkwing Duck shirt. That being said, have you considered doing a medley of the Darkwing Duck NES OST? It already kicks ass and your style would only make it better. I do have a medley of the first 3 stages. It's from 2016, I think. So if you haven't heard that, go find it. Pretty cool. People have been asking if I'm going to do the next 3 stages. I think there's like 3 or 4 stages left that I haven't covered. There is that one that's in NES, the latest NES medley. But I probably will someday. I'm a big fan of that soundtrack. Lowly Patrol Bot. Favorite game is Final Fantasy VI. Favorite game series is Smash Bros. Miguel Ayala. Anything from the Final Fantasy 15 game that you were interested in remixing? I haven't heard anything that's clicked with me too much. I think there's a song in the Patreon drawings from Final Fantasy 15. I'm not sure. But, you know, nothing's off the table. It could happen someday. Same goes for Puyo. Poyo? Is it Poyo? How do you pronounce that? I remember you remixed them for Meme Machine. Yeah, Moon, the Catfire. I've been seeing a lot of requests for that. So maybe. I might get to that in the near future. It would be good, Elias. Well, I do a Mortal Kombat song. If Mortal Kombat music wasn't so just like background ambient sounding, maybe. The most coverable Mortal Kombat song is the main theme song, which isn't even in a game, I don't think. Or it's in like one briefly, or something like that. Diego boy, I did the battle themes from 1 through 9. When is 10's coming? I don't even know what 10's sounds like. I have to listen to it. Yes, Gabe, I have considered Porky's theme from Mother 3. It was actually in the Halloween poll on Patreon, but it didn't win. I actually think it placed last. But it would be a very cool cover. Mega Conrad, thank you for the $4.99. There's a very obscure song that I think you could make a great remix of. Battle Against Geats from Mega Man Legends 2. It has great GaMetal potential. I'll try my best to remember to check that out for you, Conrad. Thank you for the $4.99. Who do I main in Smash Bros? Bowser. Bowser all the way. I've gone full Bowser. Full force. Actually, in my last Smash Bros stream, I did pretty good. Considering the stream before that, I did not do so good. But he's growing in power. Growing. GaMetal, read that out loud, please. Okay, I just did. Privilege. Sansasi. I bet you need weeks to practice and make perfectly the remix. Not really. Some stuff, especially stuff I'm not very familiar with, I'll try my best to like kind of listen to it for at least a couple of days or so. After that, once I sit down and start recording, that's usually when I learn it too. But you know, that comes with years and years of experience, so. Have I played the arcade SNK Metal Slug games? A very long time ago, yes. Definitely not all of them. I think like 1 or 2. But like a long time ago, I was on a arcade emulation kick, and the Metal Slug games were amongst those, so. Dragon! Do I have any secondaries in Smash Ultimate to complement my Bowser? Yes. Pit, Dark Pit, and the Ice Climbers are my other characters that I tried to grow, but they plateaued and have not gotten to the level of my Bowser at all. Pit was my main in Smash 4, so. Kevin, I have Cuphead. It was gifted to me, I think, by Kishoro, and I haven't played it yet, so I need to. I know, like, for a while there, people were requesting Cuphead songs, but the requests have slowed down. Ethan! I see you. Pacheco? I don't know how to say your last name. I'm sorry if I messed it up. Sorry if I mess up anybody's name. I'm trying my best. SF, how much do I love Kid Icarus Uprising? I love Kid Icarus Uprising so much. For me, it's a 10 out of 10. But for the world, I would have to say it's a 9 out of 10. The only thing holding it back is the control system is just it's wonky. It's got a wonky control system. If you can adjust to the control system, it is easily one of the best games this decade. It should not have been on the 3DS. It should have been on the Wii or the Wii U. But I loved it so much. And, like, man, I just played that game so much. Kid Icarus Uprising. I was really good on the online. I got really good with the fusion system. I knew how to make good weapons. The online system did become broken because people found out how to fuse broken things like the eye track orbiters that are like practically impossible to escape from. So it did need updates. It's just that it was on 3DS and it should not have been. That's a game that needs to be remade. Somebody asked earlier what I want remade. Kid Icarus Uprising for Switch. It'd be perfect because you have the Joy-Con, you can point at the screen and all that crap. And it's just such a good game. And it did not get the recognition that it needs because it was on 3DS and had a crappy control system. So yes, I love the game. Waddle D! Segovia. I notice you. I see you. Thanks for participating. DJ Chaotic just downloaded the new album. About to listen to the awesome music. I'm gonna keep doing your thing. Thank you, DJ Chaotic. I hope you enjoy the album as much as I do. Ricardo, never finished the game. I would love a remake on the Switch with better controls. Yeah, if someone says to me Kid Icarus Uprising has terrible controls, I'm like, you know what? You're right. Like, I can't. It's not something I can argue. The control system in Kid Icarus Uprising is crap, and the only thing that holds the game back from being a perfect 10. Only thing. Story is good, characters are good, the voice acting is good. The online battles were like super fun. It's just it had potential to be taken to a professional level, the online system, but on 3DS. On 3DS. Now I'm depressed. I'm just playing. Badger64, can I put some of my older music on Spotify? I really wanted to get at least GaMetal 7 up on Spotify this year. I don't think it's going to make it in time. I'm going to try to get 7 for you next year for sure, sometime early next year. And possibly 6 sometime next year as well. But 7 for sure is going to be on Spotify, iTunes as soon as I can afford it. It's going to cost me a lot of money, so. Yeah. 7 for sure. Possibly 6. I don't think I'm going to do 5 just yet. I'm not really feeling 5 as much as I used to. But 7 for sure. 7 has good songs. Diego, when is GaMetal 13 Part 3 coming to Spotify? I'm assuming you mean 2019. Part 3 should be up on Spotify. Or do you mean Part 4? Because there's not going to be a Part 4 this year because it's so late in the year. End of this month, I'm just going to submit everything and just release GaMetal 9 on Spotify, iTunes. Like we have GaMetal 8. So. Paper PTJ. What's my personal favorite GaMetal cover? It changes on a daily basis. I don't know if I have a personal favorite. Like, it just depends. I always go by time frame and what's my favorite of the year, and I usually have multiple. It's too hard to pick one because then it's like I also always have this joke that it's whatever I release last because every time I finish the song I'm like, yeah, this is really good. I can't properly judge a song until I'm done with it and like at least a month has passed. My favorite from the albums though are probably Ultimate Koopa, Silius. I don't know. There's a lot of good songs on it. Silius and COPPA are probably my personal favorites, but they're all really good. I've had several people tell me that several different songs from the album are their favorites, which is a good sign because that means you have a good mix of potential favorites. And then, of course, the more familiar you are with a song, the more likely you are to like it. So. What are my thoughts about Kenny Omega using my remix as his final entrance to Japan? I was super, super honored by that, Pedro. Super honored that he used that. When he sent me that message at the very beginning of the year, like, I was just blown away. Anno Mail Takes, are there any songs you want to remix? You mean, like, personally? I've done most of the stuff I want to do. There's still a few I want to do. Somebody brought up Kid Icarus Uprising. There's a couple songs from that I want to remake. Like the boss theme. But that's the first thing that came to mind. What's your favorite Kirby characters? Name 5. That's all of them. Meta Knight, DDD, Kirby, Waddle Dee. I forgot Waddle Dee. Jimmy, you are hands down my favorite video game cover musician. Thank you, Jimmy. Keep up the great work. Love it ever since I found your channel a few years back. Glad to still have you around, Jimmy, and thanks to you. Thank you for the kind words. Therese, I do believe in extraterrestrial life. It's the universe is too big for there not to be. Any plans to do something from Fatal Fury? That's an interesting question, Smooth. With Terry being added to Smash. So, when I did Out of Control, that was kind of like it won a Patreon drawing, but it was, in a way, it was kind of like my SNK tribute for Terry getting into Smash. I've been considered the best song for the bill would be the what is it? Toy Sauce for Geese or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. The geese theme. That's probably the best one that I've heard. I listened to Terry Bogart's theme and I was very disappointed at how hate to call anybody's composition bad, but how lackluster it was. Minato Ace, I'm doing good. How are you? Bluevin, Void Termina is going to happen, I promise. I promise. Anybody else asking about Void, it's going to happen. Be patient. If you're patient with me, it'll pay off big time. Necrovoid, I talked about COPPA near the top of the Q&A. To give the short answer, because I'm assuming you didn't hear it, I think we're going to be okay, but I'm being cautiously optimistic. Badger, how did I get the Mario themed guitar? So it's a Jackson DK2M, and I created the design using the Boo artwork from Mario Pinball, and got a decal made of it and just stuck it on there. So it's just a decal. I'd love to have somebody professionally paint it, but I can't find anybody in the area. Reaper, do I have a favorite guitar amp, either a real amp or a plugin? I use Amplitude 3, and I use the Engel amp on there. It used to just be called German Gain, but it was Engel the whole time, and they couldn't legally use the name, but now I guess they got the licensing. I like the Engel amps on Amplitude. Or not 3, it's 4 now, isn't it? Amplitude 4? Whatever it is now. The one I have. Jimmy, favorite Final Fantasy is 6. And why? Because it has a cool storyline and a lot of cool characters, and it has Kefka, who is the best villain in gaming history. Of course I don't hate you, Kevin. Jeff Sonic, 8-Bit Drummer did a cover on Midnight Wandering from Metal Slug 3 some time ago. You should really check it out and maybe try the theme out yourself. Yeah, I'm going to do another Metal Slug song. Probably not that one in particular, but I am going to do another Metal Slug song sometime in the future. Yeah, Final Fantasy VI is just amazing. It's an amazing game. And yet, here we are with our 18,000th Final Fantasy VII remake, sequel, whatever, coming up. Hector, I wanted to do a tale. I've been putting Tales of on the back burner for like I think every year I get on here and I say that I'm going to do a Tales of song, and it never comes to fruition. I'm going to do Tales of eventually. I don't know when, but it's going to happen, and it's going to be really cool. Would I consider doing a song from the new Guilty Gear before it releases? Kaira Mizu Maru. Sorry if I butchered your name. I tried my best. Would I do a song from the new Guilty Gear, or would I wait for the game to come out in the fall? I usually don't like to do songs before they come out, just because I feel it's kind of like jumping the gun. I know, like, one of my favorite examples of this is when Lifelight came out, or it was just like in the trailer. It wasn't. I don't even know if it was called Lifelight yet. Everyone started covering it. I held off. Next thing you know, we find out that Lifelight has lyrics. So not only was I able to do Lifelight, but I was also able to do it with a lyric version and a non-lyric version, because I was prepared and waited, like everybody else who just jumps the gun and does things based on the trailer themes. Dimencio, I can't find your Patreon welcome posts anymore. How can I find them? It should be... Hold on. I want to say if you go straight to patreon.com/Jonny Atma, it should be in the featured tags. A little slow because I'm live streaming. Find out in a second. T-Dash, GaMetal times Family Jewels, and we need that, and it would be the best collab. It'll happen in time. I've talked to him before. He's down. Moon, am I going to do any more GaMetal lore videos? We're thinking about it. Me and Discovery. We're thinking about it. Welcome post. Yeah, if you go, Dimenzio, if you go patreon.com/Jonny Atma, look at the featured tags, and welcome post is the last one. And it says one post. And you should just click on it, and it should be there. It should pop up. It popped up for me. Afro Tech Mods, thank you. We have a verified person in here. I'm not there yet. Well, I mean, I guess the music note is kind of verified. Monado, my favorite video game character would, I usually say Kefka, just because I just like the way Kefka was written, and he actually succeeds at what he was doing. I don't support the things he did, obviously. I mean, he killed a lot of people, but oh, Kefka. Bowser's one of my personal favorites, just because I love the way Bowser's kind of written to have like a comic side to him in the RPG Mario series. So, like, I wouldn't call him comic relief, but he has comedy elements. Kevin, my keyboard is it's a Korg Triton LE, but I don't use the sounds on it anymore. I just use it just to play stuff in Logic. Favorite video game villains, Kefka. Sbez? S-B-E-S? Sbez? I answered a Doom question earlier. Yeah, I'm going to consider doing some Doom soon. I've been getting a lot of requests for it this year, so. No, Waddle Dee is not my favorite game character. I just like Waddle Dees because they're cute. That's the cheap Waddle Dee. This is the real Waddle Dee right here. He's too big to hide in the videos though, so. Who would win in a duel to the death between King Dedede and Ganon? Oh, Ganon by a long shot, I imagine. Deadly Hunter, what age did I start guitar? I started guitar when I was... I usually default and say 14. I'm pretty sure it was when I was 14. I think I got a guitar for my 14th birthday. So, been a long time. Functional, what's my opinion on Chrono for Smash? That'd be cool. I'm down with that. That'd be a very fitting character. I don't know who the 5th DLC is going to be. I have absolutely no idea. I can't think of somebody that would perfectly fit the slot. Chrono would be cool though. Sonylan. Sonylan? Sonylan. Could I do a remix of the music of the final boss from Sonic Colors? It would be amazing. Hi from France. Hi from America. Maybe. I don't think I've heard it. Or is that... Which one is Solaris? Is that Colors? I don't remember. I don't think so. I think I'm completely wrong. Base Wolf, thanks for being a sub since a year ago, man. Noah Johnston, I'd like to point out when I released the Highness remix, I released it on your birthday, and because of that, it's one of my favorite remixes from you. That's awesome, Noah. You have to listen to it every birthday now, for the rest of your life. That's your official birthday song. Not Happy Birthday. It's gonna be the Highness and GaMetal cover. Solaris is 06. Yeah, I don't know why I said Solaris. Does the one from Colors have a name, or is it just Final Boss? Colors has the Nega Wisp armor. Okay, I think I have heard it. I think, but I do not remember what it sounded like. Napwhack, do I want to do Void Termina, or is it for the fans? Also like how you made fun of it in the Pokemon remix you did on the album. Yeah. Do I want to? I mean, yeah, I want to. Is it mostly for the fans? Yeah. I think it's an okay song. I do prefer other Kirby songs, but it is overwhelmingly the #1 requested song, so we have to do it. There's no question about it. Thanks for watching, Red. Have a good day. Tara, ever think of doing more F-Zero? All the time. Hoping for lightning, and that's one from F-Zero Climax. Yes, there's definitely going to be more F-Zero covers. I'm far from done with F-Zero. There's plenty of stuff we can do from that. Am I coming to London? I don't plan on it right now. Charisse, can we move to the UK? I don't know. Hello, Sir Ender. Can you make a cover of Meta Crystal from Smash 64? It would be amazing. We'll see. I've considered that one, actually. I've considered it. But haven't gotten to it yet. Hedgie, remake of Brainiac Maniac. So Brainiac Maniac on the... What is it, 7? The GaMetal 7 album is remastered. And I highly prefer that version to the unremastered version that's on YouTube. So I'm happy with that one on the GaMetal 8 album. I recommend listening to it if you haven't. I think it sounds a lot better than the my first remixing mastering of it. I don't think I'm gonna remake Clash on the Big Bridge. That one, that's one of the ones I'm very very happy with from recent years. M&R Finn, all those Mega Man covers are nice, but the only one Star Force song hurts. I'll see if I can do another one, Finn. There's a couple other Mega Man series I have to get to as well. Side series. Sub-series. Be sub, right? Favorite Mario RPG song, Bowser Bash Up, is probably the boss theme. Probably. I love the whole soundtrack, though. It's kind of hard. Hello, Fistos from America. Or from France. Hello, France. Jeff Sonic, what advice would I give to someone that wants to get really good at playing guitar? Get books. Get Guitar Aerobics and get a modern method for guitar. 1, 2, 3 complete edition. If you want to learn how to read music, I highly recommend learning when you very first start. Read books. Books. If you can't go to a class. Books are very helpful. Taco, have I seen any animes? I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. The anime I've watched most recently is One Punch Man, and I've still yet to see season 2. I'm waiting for the dub to be easily accessible. So yeah, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. Ever thought of doing Nvidia from Final Fantasy 15? Jake, I have not heard that, so if I haven't heard it, then I probably haven't thought of doing it. I'll have to check it out, man. Diego, oh boy, I love that you used the piano opera version as basis for Clash on the Big Bridge. I thought I was the only one to listen to that version. Yeah, I just saw Dimitri said he loved the piano opera albums. I like the piano opera albums too. They're really cool. And I remember when I was thinking about doing Clash, I was like, what if I based it from the piano arrangement? Because it has that key change. And I thought that'd be a really cool idea to kind of cool way to acknowledge an official version and also separate it from other remixes as well. Because I mean, somebody probably has done a remix based on that version, but if they haven't, I think this helps set that apart from all those. Because it's a very, very popularly covered song. So. Bass, I'm going to do Doom sometime in the future. Promise. Reese, you know I can't dance. Hello, Blackberry9. Math King, when am I going to do a Sword Shield cover? I still was listening to the soundtrack, so I'm not sure just yet. Reditto, hey, big fan. So you revamped your sprite icon for the channel. What about the Acoustic channel? Yeah, I still gotta, I gotta get him updated. Very soon, very soon. I might see if I can get Discovery to make something for me. A whole new Acoustic one. Animation. Yeah, I gotta replace him. Thank you for reminding me. I actually thought about that earlier. Houndlock, would I use Zero's theme from Kirby's Dream Land 3? Yes, I would. Any video game tracks you think sound terrible in-game, but you love the melody anyway and think you can make it a track that people would love? So stuff I haven't done is what I'm assuming you're saying, like Pepper Steak. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But I'm sure there's something out there, Dragon. Cloudy, welcome! Just got here. May I ask if we'll get more Toho, I'm just playing, Toho, covers? Would love to see you cover either Reverse Ideology or Deaf to All, but the song. I do have a Toho song on my to-do list that might come before the end of the year. If not, it's going to come early next year. It won a Patreon drawing, so I have to do it. So within the next 2 months, you will have another one. I will say it's not one of the two you just mentioned, but yeah, I'm going to do more Toho. So. Raymu, hi there. I'm a huge fan. Anyways, would you consider making a GaMetal Discord? There is a GaMetal Discord server. The link is in the description of every video. I forgot to put it in the stream description, but if you look at any GaMetal video, at least from the past few years, there will be a link to the GaMetal Discord. I check it on a daily basis. I'm usually in the patron chat, but I check the Ask Johnny channel regularly and stuff like that. The Danliest Kingdom Hearts X GaMetal, please. I'll think about it, man. Kyra Mijumaru. Again, sorry if I messed your name up. Isn't really a question, but your use of Duplic's encounter theme in the Duplis battle was absolutely genius. Thank you. I'm glad you like that idea. I really needed to lengthen it because that's, especially because I sped it up so much that made it a really short song. So I was like, how can I make this? How can I lengthen this, but also use something else from the game? And I was like, Duplis' normal theme. Let me think if I'm getting a lot of emails from people that are leaving contributions for the GaMetal album, so I want to thank them really quick. The following people left contributions after downloading the GaMetal album, so thank you to Julian, Mahmood, Nathaniel Smith, let me see, Francisco R. I don't want to bust out your last name, so Stephen B, Jamie T, Thomas Z, Garrett J, Aaron R, and somebody with a Japanese name that I can't read. HDAC. That's part of your email, so I'll just say that. Thank you all for leaving contributions on the GaMetal album. Again, it is free with an option to contribute if you'd like. If you can't, I understand. If you don't want to, I understand too. But if you do want to, very cool of you. Thank you. Oh, it's Korean? Okay, my bad. Asian text. I'll have to say that. not Bumblebee B, Dimitri, just even like the letter B. The next song is Brayon Ramirez. If you take a look at the end card, I think you may be able to guess. Matter P, do you ever think you would do any more Octopath covers? Your one of Daughter of the Dark God is amazing, but there are still so many good ones to cover. Yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely do another Octopath cover soon-ish. do. Elite, can I make another Mario and Luigi remake? Due to Alpha Dream going bankrupt. I've seen you leaving that comment. I will do another Mario and Luigi remix. Don't worry. We still have at least one that we definitely have to do, but there's more that we can do. Edgar, what was it like working on Ride into Hell, the theme for the Ghost Rider Lobo Death Battle? How did they approach you for the collab, and how did you feel about the whole thing in general? Edgar, that's a good question. So Brian, I think he DM'd me on Discord at first and asked me if I wanted to be a part, because he's featuring different YouTube guitarists. Like, he had Rashad in that one. And I was like, dude, heck yeah. I've been watching Death Battle for years and years. So it was an honor to be a part of that. And like, yeah, I got the Ghost Rider thing coming up. And, I not the biggest follower of Ghost Rider, but I definitely like Ghost Rider. So I was like, absolutely would love to be a part. And he sent it my way, and I listened to it. And I was like, okay, it's going to be biker kind of rock, glitch rock sounding. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do like a Zakk Wylde wall solo on it. So I just threw down on it the best I could, and he liked it, so. Wow, what more can I ask for? And we've talked since then. He's a cool guy. Nintendo Rock really like the new challenger approach to N-Card. Big props to Pixel Account. Yeah, big props to him. He did a fantastic job. I remember I was seeking out somebody to do it, and I had to go to like Pixel enthusiast forums and kind of make a commission request. And he was one of the first people to, actually I think he was the first person to email me. And I took a look at his stuff, and I was like, okay, this is really good. And so I gave him the idea, and he executed it exactly how I wanted it. Like, because I told him, I was like, okay, so think of like the Gamo Mage is going to be standing here. He's going to be in like a bat cave kind of thing, and he has like what appears to be a bat computer, like the one from the Telltale series. And I showed him a picture of that, and I was like, but it's going to be front facing. It should be easily edited to where I can easily just drop in the silhouette and go. And I already had the mock-up for kind of like the rough outline, and I also had a mock-up for how the silhouette would come in and like the static and the stuff like that. And yeah, he just did it perfectly. So couldn't ask for any better. Another Punch-Out cover. I know a lot of people Punch-Out barely missed the cut for May Madness this year, so it might happen May next year. Dementio, when will be the next collab? I have one on my to-do list. I actually need to get back to the person that I'm collabing with on that one. Make sure he still wants to do it, because I kind of been waiting too long to do it because I was working on Project 1 stuff, so I got to make sure he or she is still up for it. But so one is going to come soon. I don't know about this month, but maybe next month. What happened with your past and present avatars, Necro? I guess we'll have to wait until the next trailer to find out. The next animation. Corey, would I do any more Binding of Isaac covers? Because holy hell, the Matricide cover was awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Corey. Yeah, I've Binding of Isaac's definitely not off the table, so that could definitely happen. What do I want for Christmas, Cherise? I don't know. You gotta find out, and you have to think with your heart. Badger, yes. I hate that I couldn't get to a Splatoon song this year. Like, I just hate myself because I wanted to do the most requested one. Like I said, I haven't mentioned it by name because I'm going to do it eventually. Yeah, I'm gonna do another Splatoon song. Soonish. Promise. You enjoyed the Pepsi Man collab, Conrad. I'm glad you liked it. It was fun to put together. All those guys did a fantastic job. Just Nate, have I thought about remixing both main themes from Dark Cloud 1 and 2? I can't say if I'm familiar, so I have not. Just Sonic, the keyboard is a Core Trident LE. I bought it from somebody that didn't want it anymore. I can't remember how much we paid for it. I think it was like, it was somewhere between $200 and $400 because he didn't want it anymore. So I took it off his hand. I actually think it was like $300. I've had it for a long, long time. You know, it's a workhorse. And like I said, I don't use the sounds on it much anymore. I just kind of use that as a MIDI controller. So it's one of the things like I want to replace, but keyboard, like good keyboards, top of the line keyboards cost as much as a used car. And if I'm going to spend that much, I'd rather spend that much on a guitar. So Elite, can I do a collab with Davey 504? I think the better question is, would Davey 504 do a collab with me? Because he has like millions of subscribers and I have 140 something thousand. So, so the better question is, does he even have time for a little guy like me? I would love to, don't get me wrong, but plus I don't think we're really in the same realm. He just kind of does random space-related things. I don't think he does game covers often. I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't listened to Astral Chain's soundtrack much, Spectral. The songs I have heard were all really good. Do I feel like covering any from them? If enough people request a certain song, but those songs are already like super metal and awesome. The style, I'm not a little guy. Compared to Davey. If we go by purely subscriber count, compared to Davey, I am. But I appreciate the kind word. OG Bowser mashup ASAP. What Kirby would me like to do someday? Somebody asked something like this in the Ask Johnny channel recently, I think. They asked what Kirby song I haven't done that I'd really like to do more than any of them. There's two that come to mind, and that's what's the name of it? It has like a weird name because it's not. I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up because I don't want to say the wrong. What's Trees in the Depths of the Earth. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Trees in the Depths of the Earth is the one I'd probably like to do most personally. And the Coliseum theme. Those are probably the two Kirby songs. Oh, and Butter Building. Those are the three Kirby songs that I would like to do that I haven't done yet. But first we have to do Void, so. Dimitri, thank you for the 40 RUBs. What is it? Okay. Next Final Fantasy song I'd like to tackle. There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot. You know, Dimitri, you know we have one coming up on the to-do list that might come this month, if we're lucky. But aside from that one, thinking Neo X Death maybe, or something like the factory theme from 6 would be one of those two. Rubble? Is that how you pronounce it? Ruble. Thank you, Sharice. Corey, have I played Life is Strange? I have not. I'm familiar with it, but I haven't played it. So I can't I can't say I'm excited for the final episode. I'm excited for the people that enjoy the game and play it. Necro, how about Drossia, Sorceress and Soul? That's definitely on the we have to get to it eventually list. Not that I mind. Why does it feel like Guilty Gear is playing on loop? Let me see. We're gonna answer that question. Oh, I see why. For some reason, I have all the GaMetal 7 songs doubled up on here. We go to GaMetal 8. Oh, they're all doubled up too. Dang it. Let's go back to the album. I don't have those doubled up. Diego, don't know if you already explained this. I kind of did. How did I get to do the collab with Silver Gunner? They reached out to me and via email, I think, and invited me to their, I guess, secret hideout. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I went into a little more detail, but the short version is I had the Ink That arrangement almost finished, but never really finished it. It was like 2 years ago, and then I asked them if I could use that. They said sure, and so I finished it up for them. I don't know if it's on the channel yet or not. I don't think it is. Hey, Dark Shadow. Going good. How are you? Dominique, do you think there will ever be a collab of similar scale to the Pepsi Jam? Yes, I do. I still have to think about which one, but after I did that, I really like how it turned out. And then I was like, I should do like more of these little jam songs where I invite several artists to throw down a solo. I thought that was like because I mean, no, I thought it was a cool idea at first, but after I did it, I was like, I should do this more often. But I had to think of what song to do it with. Probably something simple, because you know, the Pepsi Man theme is very simple. It's just that ba 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 na ba 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 Pepsi Man. It's just that like almost the entire time. So it was a really easy song to just kind of like have a jam over with a bunch of different solos. So I'd like to find something along those lines. Maybe not something April Fool's fitting, but I would definitely like to do something like that again. Dark Shadow, when Tetris came out, I listened to it for 5 straight hours. That is commitment right there, man. I'm glad you liked it that much, man. That's cool. Oh, definitely one of my favorites that I finally got to remake 10 years later. Ultra, can I do Final Fantasy VII Advent Children songs? I haven't seen anyone do something like that. So my One-Winged Angel cover has, you know, the middle of it is a reference to the Advent Children version of One-Winged Angel, I think. if I'm thinking correctly. As far as the rest of the songs, I don't think I'm too familiar with them. I gotta check them out. Edgar, is there any cover I've done that doesn't have a May Madness remake that you felt you could have done better on? Yeah, like everything before 2016. If I made it before 2016, yeah. Some of the 2015 stuff I'm okay with, but some of the 2015 stuff I listen to it, I'm like, man, this needs to be remade now. But I can't. But yeah, especially before 2015, like before 2015 for sure. But there's a lot of 2015 stuff I'd like to remake too. There are a couple of songs that barely missed the cut this year that are probably gonna get in next year, and it's probably gonna be Punch Out and Deoxys. So just so you know, early heads up. Oh. AC is not even get. Oh, I know that, Dimitri. I know. Math King, what is up with the Dark Bard? We need our GaMetal lore. If our animation plan, the one that Discovery and I are in the beginning phases of, if that comes to fruition, we'll find out more. But the Project 1 trailer should give you enough for now. But we'll find out more. We'll find out more in the future for sure. How soon, I don't know, but... Justin, favorite food? Pizza and chicken, and is mayo on pizza a sin? Oh, yeah. I wouldn't. But if you like that, good for you. Rune, there's lots of songs in Final Fantasy XIV that translate well into a metal arrangement. It'd be super cool if you listen to any. I gotta listen to it. I'm not very familiar with the Final Fantasy soundtracks after 9. After 9, like, I know a few from 10, like I know the title theme and Battle with Seymour, but outside of that, everything after 10, like, I'm not very familiar with at all. I do need to listen to it more, though, because how dare I? Tony GRPL, Gerpel? Will I do a cover of Your Best Nightmare from Undertale? It could happen. One of the Undertale songs I should do. Mayo on pizza. Say psych right now. Ethan Murphy. I know you mentioned you'd be looking into doing it in the community post, but do you think you could release some of the older albums on Spotify? And the other thing, iTunes would think. Yeah, I did mention this earlier in the stream. I really wanted to get 7 out this year, but it looks like I'm not going to. I'm going to try to get 7 out very, very, very early next year. GaMetal 7. That's the 2017 compilation album. So that one for sure. I would like to get 2016, the GaMetal 6 album up as well, but that's probably going to be after 7. So, but 7 for sure is going to come. I would say within, or I'm going to say I'll at least submit what I need to for it within the next 3 months. I should be able to save up for it by then. Mile G, don't know if I answered this. I heard that you would be helping with the King for a Day tournament. How has it been with all of these other things? Mile G, oh yeah, I mentioned this a few times. I was able to squeeze in the song I was able to squeeze in because I already had it nearly finished 2 years ago. And I dug it up. I dug the project up out of my archives. And I asked if I could finish it for them. And they said yes. So. SF, thank you for the $5. Could you maybe check out the Sunny Flash series soundtrack? No one has done any sort of remixes or covers on it. And it is ripe with great music. I will try my best to remember to check that out for you, SF. Promise. Have I ever had a strain in my arms when doing the guitar riffs? Yeah. There's a few, what is it? There's something that really hurts to do. I can't remember what it is, but after you play guitar for years and years and years, most of that stuff doesn't really strain you too much. So, but there's a few things that can if you do it. Do a repetitive run for too long. Yeah, of course, SF. What is my favorite old Newgrounds Flash animation? I can't even think. It's been so long. I'm sure there's something. How many times has the video? What do you mean? Favorite old Newgrounds Flash anime. There's stuff I remember I used to laugh at. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm getting old. I can't remember stuff. A Sin Calls. I do recreate pretty much everything by ear. Like I say, once you play for almost 2 decades, it gets a lot easier to do. And learning music theory and stuff helps with it. Picking out stuff by ear, too. Super Mario Bros. Z, of course, that's a classic. Like I said, I can't even think of stuff when you put me on the spot. Do your fingers ever regain sensation? You know, I don't think I have much feeling in the tips of these fingers anymore. From calluses. Yeah, it's pretty much all gone. Especially this one. Like, you can see that, like, the skin, every time I play, it just comes off on this middle finger. But it's just become a turtle shell at this point. I'm sure if I stopped playing for long enough, it would. The soulless Yoshi in the background is killing me. It's just like, why am I here? He's just hanging out. He's just having a good time. We also have my good friend Bowser joining us on stream. Hello, how are you doing today? Would I consider Club Penguin? I thought Club Penguin shut down. Does Club Penguin even have songs? Thank you for the kudos, Sin Calls. Yeah, like I said, when you play an instrument for long enough, And especially, like I say, I always tell people, learn music theory as soon as you possibly can. And don't hate on it, because it's super important if you want to get to the expert level. Once you play it for long enough, picking out stuff by ear, super easy. You know, I remember when I very, very first started playing guitar, like, of course, I had to look up tabs. Or heck, even the first few years I was playing guitar, I had to look up tabs and stuff like that. So, Club Penguin does have music. I don't know anything about the Club Penguin soundtrack. What is my opinion on Doug Bowser? He seems like a good guy, and of course, he was a shoo-in for the position, being named Bowser and all. And he tends to have fun with the fact his last name is Bowser too. Good for him. Just Nate, before I depart, I must say to you, I always suggest check out Dark Cloud. Overlooked by many, and it's a good game with a good sound. What kind of game is it? I don't think I've ever heard of it. I might have. Somebody's probably requested it, and I heard a song, and I just forgot. Xeno the Wise. I'm going to do Persona eventually. Soon-ish. I know a lot of people want Persona, and so I'm going to start seriously considering which one I want to do first. It's probably one of those series that it's sacrilege. I haven't covered a song from yet, but why do I have so many plushies, and where can I get them? So I got the Yoshi from my wife. She loves Yoshi, so I got that for her. Now on my shelf, those are all my personal plushies. Dark Bowser was a gift from... Who gave me Dark Bowser? That was Etheria Samael, I think. I don't think he's in the chat right now, but he gifted that to me. He sent it to me. Supersonic has a funny story behind him. So when I got Supersonic, there was a claw machine in a Walmart that I used to live in, and it was all Sonic characters. It was that Supersonic, it was a normal Sonic, it was Knuckles, Shadow, Tails, all of them. And you know, claw machines have a setting where you can adjust how difficult it is, and I guess they forgot to adjust it properly, and so it was on the easiest setting. So if you grab something with the claw, it was going to grab it and you were going to win it. And so I spent like, I think maybe $10, and I ended up with 5 Sonic plushes. I kept the Supersonic and the Shadow, and I gave the other ones away to my friends. And I think I gave Sharice one too, right? But Walmart where I used to live, the Walmart that was near the location where I used to live, what I meant to say. But yeah, I ended up with like 4 or 5 plushes, and I gave the rest away. I kept Supersonic Shadow. Dogs ate the Shadow. They didn't like him, so he's rest in peace. But Supersonic is still here. He does mostly behind the scenes work for GaMetal nowadays. He used to be the keyboard guy, but then we hired Bowser. Hello, Dragavian Lord. Jeff Sonic, how much will the physical copy of the new album cost when it releases? Greetings from Puerto Rico. Greetings from America. So it's going to cost the same as Dreamland Invasion and SideQuest 2. It'll be $3 plus shipping. Shipping depends on where you live. Since you live in Puerto Rico, it's going to probably end up costing like $12 shipping, because international shipping sucks and costs me a lot. So yeah, if you live internationally, I think the shipping is $12. Canada, I think I have it at $9. But if you live in the States, the shipping's only like $3. So $6 altogether if you're in America. 13 in Canada, or 12 in Canada, and 15 internationally. So I try to keep it as cheap as possible, because I try not to make a profit from them. I only try to cover production costs. So that's why they're $3. And plus, I'm generous. So Discord link is in the description of all videos. Jonathan, 70 Nathan. It looked like Jonathan for a second, but I think it's 70 Nathan. Or you're trying to do like a cool version of Jonathan. But I meant to put it in the stream link, but I forgot. Or in the stream description, but I forgot. If you look at any of the videos from the past few years, it should be in the description. Rune, which of your first 100 songs did you think you nailed the mixing of? None of them. I'm going to do a quick browse and tell you and answer your question. Let me see. Definitely nothing from 09. Definitely nothing from 09. You said from the first 100. What was the 100th song? I know the 50th song was Blast from the Past. I'm just gonna go from the old school year. I don't know, none of them. You know, the 2011 stuff wasn't horrible. Like, I don't know. It's so hard for me to say because like it's hard to look back or listen back to your old art and appreciate it properly because it's like, man, this sucks. I could do so much better now. Was Champion Medley number 100? Was it? Huh. I don't know. It's too hard for me to say. If the 2013 stuff comes into play, then maybe some of that, but I don't know. It's hard for me to say, man. Why so many Green Hill remakes? Just curious. This is only the second full version. You know, I did it in Sonic Fan Medley 2, but that was just a medley shortened version. I did Green Hill Zone for the album because it was a part of the Project 1 trailer. And I wasn't going to at first. It wasn't part of the original lineup, but then I threw it in. Oh, excuse me. Red. Do I have more fun playing rhythm or lead? It depends on the song. Oh, excuse me. Depends on the song and the line. So. What time is it? Ooh. We're at the 2-hour mark, guys. Okay, I'm gonna take about 3 more questions, preferably from people that I haven't answered yet, and then I'm gonna hop off here, guys. Top 5 favorite games. I don't know, Black Mage. That's a lot. So Final Fantasy VI, Smash Bros, and then it could go a whole bunch of different ways. Those are the top 2. Hello, Type. Is it possible Gemini Man's stage will get a full remix in 2020? Gemini Man clones himself in the boss battle, and there's 2 20s in the year 2020. I like your thinking, Type. I'll think about it. That's a good idea, though. All right, couple more. Zeno, thanks for the 5. I was thinking, Fate Stay Night was technically a video game. And Maya covered One Day. I can't say I'm familiar with it, so I can't give you a good answer. Nintendo Rock personally likes some of the remixes pre-2016. That's fine. Like I said, if you like any of the old GaMetal stuff, awesome. Like that's amazing. I'm happy that you enjoy some of the old stuff. Me personally, I can't stand it. Oh yeah, Kid Icarus Uprising is in the top 5. David, consider doing more theme-based projects, fighting games, indie games, overlooked games, etc. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you mean like how I do the GaMetal album and Dreamland Invasion? Yeah, that could definitely happen sometime. Don't have any plans for stuff like that right now, but it's definitely something I would consider. Moon theme from DuckTales? Creationist? Maybe. Keeps forgetting Super Mario RPG. Mario's before Ultimate Koopa, it was 3 years since the last main series Mario. New main series Mario GaMetal win. I'll see if I can do something from Galaxy soon, Mario. I know that's what you really want. Hi, Gage. You're catching the very end of the stream, Gage. Thank you for coming, though. Black Mage, have I composed some pieces of my own? In the past, but it's been a very long time. One day I'll get back to it. One day. Alright, let's take one more question. That's not a request. You need me to do Garfield Caught in the Act season finale final boss music. I'll see if I can check it out. Do you think you'd redo iconic themes of gaming medley when you hit another song milestone? I don't know. I'd probably rather do a different. You mean the GaMetal, you like completely re-record it? I don't know about that. Kind of long. Where did I get the idea to use Plush as puppets on the organ? Well, I mean, they're all alive and they have their own minds. And you know, Bowser said he wanted to play keyboard, so I was like, go for it, Bowser. Thank you, Pooker, for the kind words. Lance, glad you were able to catch the end. Family's doing good. Shidley? I think that's how you say her name. I'm sorry. Will the Fedora return? Maybe one day. Not permanently, but maybe it'll make a special guest appearance. Favorite Pokemon? This guy right here, Alakazam, has always been my favorite. All right, everybody. I think it's time for me to go. It's been 2 hours. It's been a fast 2 hours. I appreciate you all stopping by, watching the stream. Just to recap everything from the top, the GaMetal album is now officially available for everyone to download. It is free with an option to contribute if you would like. You don't have to. If you don't want to or you can't afford to, I completely understand. Just enter $0 and you're on your way. If you do leave a contribution, thank you very, very much for your support. The album is really good. Oh, and you get that bonus track, Star Tropics Acoustic. So if you like old Nintendo music like I do, that's a cool one to add to the collection. What else? Check out the Patreon. Best way to support GaMetal and myself and the GaMetal community. Without the Patreon supporters, we would not be able to have things like the GaMetal album or 50 plus songs in a year. So big shout out to those guys. They're amazing. And gals. Anything else I want to say before I get off here? How many copyrights have I fought in 29? I don't think I've fought any. Luckily. Lucky me. I think that's really it, everybody. So, again, thank you for coming out, watching the stream, and talking with me and all your questions. If I missed your question, there is a GaMetal Discord. I forgot to put the link in the description. If you go on the description of any video from the past few years, it should be in there. There's an Ask Johnny channel. Ask me whatever you want there, anytime, as long as it's, not inappropriate. And I will answer it as soon as I can. I work on the computer all day, so it's something I can check regularly. You won't have to wait forever for an answer most of the time. Sometimes I get super, super busy and I might take a few days, but most of the time I answer that same day. Other than that, thank you all for everything. Thank you for your ongoing support, be it on Patreon or YouTube or Twitter or wherever. If you're a subscriber, if you're a fan for 10 years or just subscribed yesterday, thank you all for everything and your support. And I love you all so, so much. And I can't stress enough how thankful I am for each and every one of you. And next stream, perhaps next month, after I get physicals made and I'm ready to release the song ballot. So next month we'll do another stream, first stream of the year. And that's really it. So thank you all once again. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it may be where you live. I'll see you in the next video, which should be done within the next 10 days. I'll say that. I think that's a good safe number. So, see you next time.